What to photograph in October 2022? Hello photopillars, Rafael the Bar here. In October we have many cool events to photograph. 3 conjunctions of the Moon with Saturn, Jupiter and Mars. Mercury will be at its greatest western elongation, giving us a great opportunity to view and photograph the planet. The full moon, the Orionids meteor shower, a partial solar eclipse, the Zodiacal light. Yes, October is a great month to photograph the Zodiacal light. The Aurora, borealis, the northern lights, and of course the Milky Way and the Galactic Center. And don't forget, as always, don't forget the always on for opportunities talking about the sunrises, sunsets, golden apple hour, star trails. As always, at the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you 3 of the best photos you've submitted to the PhotoPills Awards and we featured in September. So let your imagination fly, decide what you want to photograph and use PhotoPills to plan your photo so you can go and capture it. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see some of the best photo opportunities you can photograph in October 2022. Okay, in October there will be 3 moon-planet conjunctions. On October 5th, Saturn will be pretty close to a pretty large moon. The moon will have a phase of 78%. On October the 8th, the moon will be in conjunction with Jupiter and the moon phase will be 98%, almost full moon. And on October 15th, Mars will be pretty close to a pretty large moon, I would say. The moon phase will be 72%. On both hemispheres, you'll see the moon-planet conjunctions pretty low in the sky after sunset. To spot them at moonrise, and you have the moonrise time on the top panel, look in the direction of the moonrise, which is the thick light blue line, and then check the thin blue line you see now moving on the map. That's where the moon is gonna be. So that's where the conjunction, moon-planet conjunction will be. You can't miss it. On October 8th, Mercury will be at its greatest western elongation, which means that the planet will be further away from the Sun, giving us great opportunities to view it and photograph it from both hemispheres. Mercury will shine in the early morning sky with a magnitude of -0.24, which means that the planet will be visible to the naked eye. Before sunrise, you'll find it pretty low in the sky, very near to the sunrise direction, the thick yellow line you see on the map. The full moon is on October 9th. The full moon has something super special. It allows us to create really stunning images. So, based on the moonrise or moonset direction, plan a cool shot. For instance, let's have a look at the plan here. The red pin is in San Francisco. So, if on the full moon date on October 9th, 2022 at 6:44 a.m. I am at the red pin position here in Treasure Island, I'll be able to photograph the full moon aligned with one of the pillars of the Golden Gate Bridge. Actually, the moon will be at the top of the pillar at a moon height of 227 meters and the moon size will be 82 meters. The pillars have a height of 227 meters, so the moon will be pretty cool, pretty big too. And as you see in this photo taken by Kwon Leo, the Golden Gate Bridge is a phenomenal subject to play with the moon. By the way, if you wish to learn how to plan your moonshots, watch this video. The Orionids meteor shower is peaking during the night that goes from October 21st to the 22nd. The good news is that this year, in 2022, the Orionids meteor shower is peaking when the moon is super thin. So the moon will be under the horizon, below the horizon for most of the night, giving us perfect conditions to photograph the meteor shower. Also, as you see, according to the top panel, the meteors per hour expected are 70 meters per hour are expected at the peak. Awesome. So, long story short, it's a great year to photograph the Orionids meteor shower. Don't miss it. If you wish to learn how to plan your meteor shower shots, super easy, watch this video. On October 25th, during the new moon, there is a partial solar eclipse. As you see in the map, the eclipse will be visible in the areas within this orange and yellow line. So it will be visible in most of Europe, part of Eastern Asia, Middle East, part of Africa, will be visible in many places all around the world. And on the eclipse panel on the top you have the phases of the eclipse and when they occur, when the total partial solar eclipse begins, when it's maximum, and when it ends. The more to the north you go, the more eclipse the sun will be. The more to the south, the less eclipse it will be. For example, here in Spain, we won't be able to see, we'll see a little bit of the eclipse, but it's better to go east and north to watch it and photograph it. Also, once you've planned your shot, when you're at the right pin position, you can use the AR view here to visualize the position of, let me increase the focal length. Where is the sun here? Here it is. With AR you can visualize the position of the eclipse in the sky, and you can change the time to see how it evolves throughout the time. Awesome! Use the AR views, guys. Use them. And if you wish to learn how to plan your solar eclipse shots, watch this video. The sun is entering the period of solar maximum, which means that we will be more likely to see and photograph the dancing green Aurora borealis, the northern light. Solar maximum occurs on average every 11 years. So if you're lucky enough to be living in Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, Faroe Islands, Canada, you'll be able to photograph amazing auroras. And October is a great month. Actually, the Aurora borealis season goes from September to April. And if you're lucky enough, you can even get it with the Milky Way, like Gilio did in this photo. So when should you photograph the auroras? Well, you can photograph the northern lights at night when the sky is clear and in almost any moon phase. But the results are usually better around the new moon or when the moon has a phase below 50%. Because sometimes having a little bit of moon phase allows you to capture detail in the foreground, because the moon light leads the foreground, which allows you to correctly expose the foreground. And here you have a great masterclass by Tor Ivar Naes on how to photograph, how to plan and photograph the Aurora borealis. Watch it. The new moon is on October 25th, and around new moon is a great time to photograph the zodiacal light. The zodiacal light is the reflection produced by the scattering of sunlight due to the particles moving across the entire solar system. In the northern hemisphere, it's visible to the east before dawn, before the astronomical twilight begins. And you'll find it in the sunrise direction, the thick yellow line you see on the map. On the contrary, in the southern hemisphere, the zodiacal light is visible in the east after sunset, when the astronomical twilight ends. And you'll find it in the direction of the thick orange line you see on the map, in the direction of the sunset. October is the last month we'll be able to see and photograph the core Milky Way, the Galactic Center. So let's take advantage of it. The ones living in the southern hemisphere are the lucky ones that can photograph the Milky Way when it's low in the sky, great for panoramas too. Okay, let's see what's happening in the northern hemisphere. Well, in the northern hemisphere you can photograph the Milky Way pretty vertical or super vertical, and the core will be in the southwest directions. When you're at the right pin position, you can tap on the night AR and visualize the position of the Milky Way. Here you have the Galactic Center, and as you see, it's completely vertical. Nice. Now, if I go to the southern hemisphere in New Zealand, in the Waipapa Point Lighthouse, for example, as you see, you can get the Milky Way when it's pretty low in the sky. It's great for a panorama, in this case with the lighthouse. And if I tap on the night AR, you visualize the position of the Milky Way, and as you see, this is the horizon here and the core. It's beautiful up in the sky. It's awesome for a pano. Here in Waipapa, that is a great shot. By the way, if you wish to learn how to plan your Milky Way photos, it's super easy. Watch this video. Now let's see some of the best photos that you submitted to the PhotoPills Awards and that we featured in September by the time I'm recording this video. The first one is a fantastic photo of the Milky Way completely vertical and its reflections on a cool lake in Ibon de Escalar, Spain. Photo by Carlos Ruiz Bruekel. The second one is a photo of the full moon in a Pac-Man shape in Washington DC, United States, photo by Dave Lyons. And the third one is a spectacular sunset from a beautiful cave near Burgos, Spain, photo by Daniel Viñe Garcia. Amazing photos. Now, if you wish to learn how to plan and photograph all the events I've shared in this video, I invite you to download our super detailed photography guides. I'm gonna leave a link to the guides in the description of this video and in the first comment below. Check them out. And as always, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday in another video. And remember that you have the power to imagine, plan, and shoot legendary photos. Bye.